Hi. Government reduction of foreign aid will have a devastating impact. For example, with water aid investment drastically cut, the lives of millions could be imperiled. As the G7 conference convenes in Cornwall, the strongest opposition has arisen from Tory grandees, the very people personally responsible for the immiseration of millions on these shores. A sudden concern for the world's destitute stinks of hypocrisy. In its eternal drift to the right, this nasty Johnsonian reduction is in fact popular with Tory voters and beyond. It really seems that opposition, dissidence, is only emerging from within the Conservative Party. With the G7 itself, it's a mutual backslapping, a ruling class and elite loving. This meaningless encounter requires intense policing, probably more to prevent terrorist attacks rather than control the pitiful, non-violent protests. Cornwall itself is undergoing social cleansing, locals forced out by stratospheric house prices, rents, lack of social housing and infrastructure. G7 has produced extra outrage. Homeless people accommodated in hotels during the pandemic are now being evicted onto the streets to face brutal harassment by the very police who will now be occupying the rooms. But who's going to be showing any concern for these now desperate people? Certainly not the Tory grandees, the liberal leftist demonstrators, and definitely not the Charity Begins at Home brigade. Any anarchist activists, non-party militants, trade unionists in this area should be ignoring the G7 travelling circus and concentrating instead on the dire housing situation, the scandal of second homes for the wealthy, tenants evicted, accommodation replaced by Airbnbs, lack of social housing. Do this accompanied by long-term direct action. So, to hell with the G8 and all its participants, even the majority of the protesters. Bye.